Did you know that after 65, the average American loses up to 3% of their muscle mass every year? As a doctor, I see this silent crisis daily. Every year, 1 in 4 U.S. seniors suffers a fall, the leading cause of injury-related death. I see the fear in my patients' eyes when they realize their legs can no longer support their independence. But in Okinawa, Japan, 90-year-olds are still squatting in their gardens, their legs as sturdy as ancient cedar trees. Their secret isn't a miracle drug. It is found in the simple ritual of their daily tea. Today, I will share 3 Okinawan teas to help you rebuild muscle and walk strong again. Before we begin, I'd love to know where are you watching from and what time is it for you right now. Please let me know in the comments. I truly look forward to reading them. And don't forget to subscribe. When you visit my clinic, I often tell you that our bodies are like a cherished home. Over time, if we don't maintain the foundation, the structure begins to lean. In the medical world, we call this Sarcopenia, but I prefer to call it the silent thief of autumn. This thief doesn't just take your strength, it steals your ability to play with your grandchildren or walk to the mailbox. Research shows that as we cross the threshold of 60, our bodies struggle to process protein, and chronic inflammation starts to act like rust on a bicycle chain, making every movement stiff and heavy. In the West, we are often told this is just getting old, and we must accept it. But the Japanese philosophy of health teaches us otherwise. They believe in shokuiku, or food education, understanding that what we drink can either feed the thief or fortify the home. Imagine a Japanese elder waking up as the sun touches the tatami mats. They don't reach for a sugary drink. They start by calming the internal inflammation that causes muscle breakdown. They understand that to walk strong at 90, you must nourish the inner fire of your metabolism today. By choosing the right natural elixirs, we can tell our bodies to stop breaking down and start rebuilding. These teas we are about to discuss are not just drinks. They are the ancient tools used by the world's longest living people to keep their muscles supple and their bones resilient against the weight of time. Let us look at how these simple leaves can change the way you feel when you stand up tomorrow morning. As a doctor practicing in the United States, I often see patients who view the age of 80 as a period of inevitable decline, often confined to a recliner. But my perspective changed when I looked toward the east, specifically to the blue zone of Okinawa. In these small coastal villages, the concept of a nursing home is almost foreign. Instead, you see elders in their late 90s climbing trees to pick fruit, or sitting on the floor, the tatami mats, and standing up again dozens of times a day. This simple act of sitting and standing from the floor keeps their hips and legs incredibly strong, but there is an invisible support system helping them from the inside out. They live by the philosophy of Ikigai, which means having a reason to get up in the morning. For many Okinawans, that reason begins with a quiet moment and a warm cup of tea. While we in the West often grab a coffee for a quick jolt of energy that eventually leaves us crashing, Okinawans sip specific herbal blends that act like a slow-release medicine for their muscles. I remember visiting a small village where I met a man named Hiroto, who was 94 years old. He didn't have the bulky muscles of a bodybuilder, but his legs were lean and corded like strong ropes. When I asked him how he still walked the hilly paths every day, he simply patted his tea thermos and smiled. He told me that his inner strength came from the earth and the leaves. Science now confirms what Hiroto knew instinctively. The polyphenols in their traditional teas directly fight the oxidative stress that causes our muscle cells to wither. It's not just about living long, it's about living well and maintaining the dignity of movement. This cultural wisdom teaches us that our golden years don't have to be a period of less, but can be a period of different strength. By adopting their habit of medicinal sipping, we can begin to lubricate our joints and signal our muscles that it is time to wake up and work again. This brings us to the very first secret in their cupboard, a fragrant tea that serves as the spark for your cellular engine. The first tea you will find in almost every Okinawan home is called Sanpin-cha. To us in America, it might look like a simple jasmine green tea, but for the locals, it is an essential elixir for vitality. As a physician, I look at Sanpin-cha and see a powerhouse of antioxidants called catechins. You see, as we age, our muscles produce more free radicals. Think of these as tiny sparks of fire that damage our muscle fibers. If we don't have enough water to put out these sparks, our muscles become inflamed and weak. Sanpin-cha acts as that cooling water. It combines the metabolism-boosting properties of green tea with the soothing anti-stress benefits of jasmine flowers. I once had a patient named Margaret, a 72-year-old from Ohio, who struggled with such severe leg fatigue that she couldn't even walk her dog around the block. I suggested she swap her morning diet soda for a warm pot of Sanpin-cha inspired by the Obasans, the grandmothers of Okinawa. Within weeks, she noticed something remarkable. The heaviness in her thighs began to lift. This is because the aromatic compounds in jasmine have a calming effect on the nervous system, which in turn reduces cortisol levels. When your stress hormones are high, your body actually breaks down muscle for energy. By sipping this fragrant tea, you are telling your nervous system to relax, allowing your body to focus on repairing and maintaining muscle tissue instead of destroying it. In Okinawa, the ritual of Sanpin-cha is rarely a rushed affair. They often sit together, perhaps overlooking a small garden, and allow the steam to touch their faces before taking a sip. This mindfulness is part of the medicine. For a senior in the U.S., this could be your new morning ritual. Instead of the jolt of caffeine that can make your hands shake or your heart race, which we want to avoid as we get older, Sanpin-cha provides a gentle, sustained clarity. It wakes up the brain and the muscles simultaneously. The green tea component contains a small amount of caffeine combined with L-theanine, an amino acid that promotes calm alertness. This is crucial for balance. When your brain is clear and your muscles are not inflamed, your reaction time improves, which is the best defense against those dangerous falls I mentioned earlier. Think of Sanpin-cha as the fire that cleanses your cells. It clears out the metabolic debris that makes your joints feel stiff and your muscles feel tired. Many of my patients find that after a cup of this tea, they feel a natural urge to move to stretch or to take a short walk. It's as if the tea is gently whispering to the muscles that they are still capable and strong. But the magic of Sanpin-cha is only the beginning. While it cleanses and protects, we also need something that goes deeper into the joints to soothe the long-term aches that often hold us back from being active. This leads us to a bright golden treasure that the Okinawans have harvested from their volcanic soil for centuries, a tea that acts like a warm embrace for your weary bones and muscles. As we continue our journey, I want you to imagine the deep volcanic soil of Okinawa. It is rich, dark, and full of minerals. From this earth grows a root that the locals call Uchinucha, or what we know in America as turmeric. In my clinic, I often see patients like Robert, a 70-year-old retired carpenter from Florida. Robert's hands and knees were so stiff from years of hard work that he felt like a rusted machine. He told me, "Doc, I want to keep building birdhouses, but my body says no." I shared with him the Okinawan secret of golden tea. You see, chronic inflammation is like rust that settles into your joints and eats away at your muscle tissue. Turmeric contains a powerful compound called curcumin, which acts like a natural lubricant and a rust remover. In Okinawa, they don't just use a little bit of powder in a curry once a month. They drink Uchinucha daily, often simmering the fresh, bright orange roots until the water turns a deep sun-like gold. The science behind this is fascinating yet simple. When your muscles are constantly fighting inflammation, they cannot grow or repair themselves. They are too busy trying to survive the fire of pain. By drinking this golden elixir, you are cooling that fire. This allows your body to finally divert its energy toward rebuilding the muscle fibers that have thinned over time. But there is a small, vital secret to making this tea work as effectively as it does for the Okinawans. Our bodies sometimes have a hard time absorbing curcumin on its own. The elders in Okinawa often enjoy their tea alongside a meal that contains a healthy fat, or they might add a tiny pinch of black pepper, which science shows increases absorption by an incredible 2,000%. Imagine that one tiny change making your medicine thousands of times stronger. I remember Robert's face when he came back to see me after 3 months of his golden hour ritual. He wasn't just moving better. He had started strength training again. He told me that the morning stiffness, which used to last until noon, was gone within 20 minutes of his first cup. This tea is a testament to the Japanese proverb, Nanakobi Yaoki, which means fall 7 times, stand up 8. It provides the physical support your joints need so that your muscles can find the strength to lift you up once more. In the Okinawan culture, yellow is the color of the sun and of health. By bringing this golden tea into your kitchen, you are bringing that sunshine into your cells. It prepares your body for the next step of the journey because once the inflammation is gone, your body begins to crave the actual building blocks it needs to grow strong. This is where we look to a tiny, dark pearl of nutrition that has been a staple of the Japanese diet for over 1,000 years. Now that we have cleansed the cells and soothed the joints, we must give the body the raw materials to actually build new muscle. This is where we discover Kuromame-cha, or black soybean tea. In Japan, there is a beautiful word, mame, which means bean, but it also means to live healthily and work diligently. When a Japanese person wishes you health, they are essentially wishing you to be mame. Kuromame-cha is the ultimate expression of this wish. For a senior in America, getting enough high-quality protein can be a challenge. Our digestion slows down, and eating large amounts of meat can feel heavy and difficult. This dark, rich tea is a gentle alternative. The black skin of these soybeans is packed with anthocyanins, the same powerful pigments found in blueberries, which help improve blood flow to the muscles. Think of it as opening up the highways in your body so that nutrients can reach your legs and arms faster. I think of Sarah, a 75-year-old grandmother who suffered from terrible leg cramps at night and felt her muscles wasting away, as she described it. She felt fragile like a porcelain doll. I recommended she try Kuromame-cha in the late afternoon. This tea is naturally caffeine-free and has a nutty toasted flavor that is incredibly comforting. Unlike many supplements, it provides plant-based proteins and isoflavones in a way that is very easy for an older stomach to handle. Within a month, Sarah told me the twitching in her calves had stopped, and for the first time in years, she felt a sense of density returning to her legs. The science is clear. The amino acids in black soybeans are the literal building blocks of muscle. When you sip this tea, you are providing your body with the bricks and mortar it needs to repair the structure we talked about earlier. In Japanese culture, kuromame is often served during the New Year Osechi Ryori as a symbol of working hard and staying healthy in the coming year. By drinking this, you are participating in a tradition of resilience. But the benefits go beyond just muscle. Many of my patients find that Kuromame-cha helps them sleep more deeply. As a doctor, I can tell you that muscle growth doesn't happen while you are walking. It happens while you are sleeping. If you are tossing and turning because of leg pain or cramps, your muscles cannot repair. This black pearl tea solves both problems. It provides the nutrients to build the muscle and the calm to allow the repair to happen overnight. Imagine finishing your day with a warm cup of this dark tea, feeling the warmth spread down to your toes, knowing that as you sleep, your body is quietly working to make you stronger for tomorrow. This holistic approach, cleansing with Sanpin-cha, soothing with Uchinucha, and building with Kuromame-cha, is the triad of Okinawan longevity. But knowing what to drink is only half of the secret. The other half is how the Okinawans incorporate these drinks into a lifestyle that keeps them moving well into their hundreds. In my years of medical practice, I've learned that health is not just about what you put into your body, but how you do it. In Okinawa, drinking tea is never a mindless task done while driving or watching a stressful news program. They treat it as a small reset for the soul. When you prepare your tea, I want you to find a sturdy chair where you can sit with your back straight and your feet flat on the floor. This posture alone helps your digestion and allows the nutrients from the tea to circulate better. Take a deep breath through your nose, feeling the steam warm your face, and exhale slowly. This simple act tells your body to move out of stress mode and into repair mode. But there is another secret the Okinawans use to keep their muscles strong, and it's a rule called Hara Hachi Bu. This means eating until you are only 80% full. You might wonder, what does a full stomach have to do with leg muscles? As a doctor, I can tell you that digestion takes an enormous amount of energy. If you overeat, your body spends all its resources trying to process that heavy meal instead of using the protein and tea nutrients to repair your muscle fibers. By leaving a little room in your stomach, you allow your body to focus its inner workers on strengthening your foundation. I often suggest to my patients that they follow their tea ritual with a few minutes of radio Taiso. This is a famous Japanese tradition of gentle rhythmic movements that almost every senior in Japan does daily. You don't need to lift heavy weights or run marathons. Just gently swinging your arms or lifting your heels while holding onto a kitchen counter after your tea can work wonders. The tea warms your muscles from the inside, and these light movements act like a gentle breeze, helping the medicine reach every corner of your body. One of my patients, a gentleman in his late 80s, started practicing this sip and move routine. He told me that for the first time in a decade, his legs didn't feel like they belonged to a stranger. He felt connected to his body again. This is the beauty of the Okinawan way. It is a slow, respectful conversation with your own health. It reminds us that even at 70 or 80, our bodies are still listening and still capable of change if we treat them with patience and the right rituals. You might be wondering, Doctor, how can I find these teas here in the United States? The good news is that you don't need to travel across the Pacific to start your recovery. Most high-quality health food stores or Asian markets like H-Mart or Mitsuwa carry Sanpin-cha turmeric and black soybean tea. When looking for them, try to find organic versions to ensure you are getting the purest leaves and roots without added chemicals. If you prefer to shop from the comfort of your home, many reputable online retailers offer authentic Okinawan blends. When you brew your tea, remember a small but crucial detail: use water that is hot but not boiling. Water that is too hot can sometimes scorch the delicate leaves and destroy those precious antioxidants we've talked about. Let the water sit for a minute after it boils before pouring it over your tea. Consistency is your best friend on this journey. Don't worry if you don't feel like a marathon runner after the first cup. Think of it like watering a plant that has been dry for a long time. It takes a little while for the leaves to turn green again. Start by replacing just one sugary or caffeinated drink a day with one of these 3 teas. Perhaps start with Sanpin-cha in the morning to clear the fog, a golden cup of Uchinucha with your lunch to protect your joints, and a soothing Kuromame-cha in the evening to rebuild your muscles while you rest. As your doctor, I want you to know that it is never too late to take back control of your health. Every sip is a message to your body that you are not giving up and that you deserve to walk with strength and dignity. These teas are small, natural tools, but when combined with a heart full of hope and the wisdom of the Okinawan elders, they can help you reclaim the active, independent life you love. As we close our time together, I want you to remember that your body is incredibly resilient. Age is not a sentence of decline, but a new season of life that requires a different kind of care. Whether you start your morning with a fragrant cup of Sanpin-cha, or end your day with the nourishing warmth of Kuromame-cha, you are taking a powerful step toward reclaiming your independence. In Okinawa, they have a beautiful saying, Ichariba chode, which means, once we meet, we are brothers and sisters. I am honored to be part of your health journey. Take it one sip at a time, be patient with yourself, and listen to the quiet wisdom of your body. May your steps be steady, your joints be supple, and your heart be light. I look forward to hearing about your progress in the comments below. Until next time, stay strong and stay MAME. Please note, the health-related information on YouTube does not apply to everyone and is not medical advice. If you have health concerns, you must contact a doctor or hospital for advice. If you believe you have a medical emergency, contact a doctor or call your local emergency number immediately.